dun sa, let's say, commentator or writer, na tirahin mo yung palaban ko, ako bahala sa'yo. So if there is no threat of jail time, yun na lang politiko mo babayad kahit magkano pa yan. Di ba po? Tapos, second question ko, ang problema kasi namin, it's not just yung makonvict ka. For national paper siguro, as long as hindi sila makonvict, okay lang. Kasi money is not a problem, though it is. Pero unlike local papers, sa local kasi masampahan ka ng level, gumasos ka ng magkano. It's a very big thing. Kasi kami sa experience namin sa Mineral Observer, merong naghabla sa amin, nakakulong sa Muntinlupa. Hinabla kami sa Muntinlupa. Imagine magkano nagkasusin namin just to appear sa Muntinlupa. To hire a lawyer alone, acceptance fee pa lang. Ang laki na. So, ano nangyayari dun sa, it sends a chilling effect to our writers na medyo ingat tayo kasi ang laki-laki ng babayaran natin. So, decriminalizing libel, that's not so good. So, though it will help yung mga malaking papers kasi kaya naman ang maso sa lawyers na naman sila nakalitin, pero kami yung mga maliliit na papers sa local, mahirap din kahit naman decriminalize. Kasi, as an industry, we must also address yung problema dun sa harassment lang. Hindi kailangan mapundik eh. Talo ka na dun parang sa pag-file. Kasi sa amin po, yung sa Muntinlupa, niraise namin ang issue ng kasi Muntinlupa eh, doon naman kami sa Pilipinas sa Zamboanga del Norte. Niraise namin ang issue of jurisdiction. It took us 4 or 5 years. Ang laki ng ginastos namin, hindi pa magkasula yun. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. And then
the other question is also about time though.
Okay, then we ask Attorney John.
Cut it short so that we save time.
I'm relating with the I would just like to follow up with Eileen and Ruben's observation. Yes, in the provinces, medyo, I think doon pumapasok yung sinasabi ng kahapon na if you have integrity and credibility, yung community talaga ang magsusupport sa iyo. So that, in a sense, when a libel case is filed against you, kahit yung prosecutor, kahit mahinawakan ng politiko, sometimes they sometimes say no, we can't, we don't want to put these people in prison because may gamit rin sila sa community. Now, ang sa akin lang is siguro i-strengthen, this is my observation as a publisher, i-strengthen lang ang yung parang the basis that kung libel is made to stick against a writer, it should be because there's clear proof of malice and there's clear proof na personal na yung mga pinagsasasabi niya or what he or she is writing. But if it is in the interest of public, the public, like exposés on public programs and everything. So, yun, I think hindi ko na-express na masyado, pero I think doon talaga dapat yung laws natin na yung doon bibigyan ng leeway ang journalist because totally decriminalize mo yung libel and then you're going to have a press that's just going to batter everybody just because he doesn't like the face of that person or anything.
Thank you. So you see, there's a debate, no? Whether we criminalize or decriminalize libel. How about criminalizing abusive politicos? But anyway, maybe you could give us some.
I'd like to address first the observations raised by Eileen. Eileen complains about the fact that the criminal case, journalists are inconvenienced by the arrest that is made, and the fact that you have to post bail. But this is an inherent part of the criminal case. You cannot remove it. If you remove that part, that is no longer a criminal case. So you cannot have a civil case, or you cannot have a criminal case without going through that inconvenience, because that is the only way that the court can acquire jurisdiction over the accused. No? And we have to understand that even if a criminal case is filed, there will always be the civil aspect of it. So the complainant can still maintain the civil case, even if the criminal case is dismissed. No? You're very lucky in Cebu if the case, if in reality prosecutors dismiss the libel cases at their levels. No? But the experiences of other journalists in other provinces, especially far-flung ones, the prosecutors are almost always afraid of politicians or big-time businessmen. So their tendency is to file the cases in court and just tell the journalists to raise their defense or their defenses before the court. I think also that answers the question, the second observation, which is that a criminal case has a civil aspect to it. Even if you remove the criminal aspect, there will still be the civil liability of the journalist. And the issue is raised about abusive journalists. No? But that is just one side of the picture. The other side of the picture is abusive complainants, who use criminal libel law to shield journalists. That also has to be addressed, and that has to be put on the table on the debate ongoing on whether or not to decriminalize that.
Okay, so we close this session. Can we give our 3 resource persons Maraming salamat Attorney Joel, Tom, and Wally. I will request Ariel to give a simple plaque of appreciation to our resource person. In the meantime, can we declare a 5-minute break and then we expect everybody to return after a 5-minute break? Can you pass? Okay. May announcement ng dali.
I have a bit of good news. We discussed with Ariel a few weeks ago, and I think our organization will be sponsoring, with the indulgence of PBI, a new category for the upcoming Civic Journalism Awards for next year. This has to do with online journalism. So, we encourage you to participate. Thank you.
5-minute break po tayo. You can bring your snacks inside.
Parang ganun yung
I